next movement pattern will be stretching out the hips, hamstrings, IT band, and quadriceps. You're going to start off in tabletop position, lining up the joints, wrists, elbows, shoulders, knees, and hips. Left leg is going to come slightly in, feet are going to be active, and you're going to take that right leg directly behind you, evening out through the hips. Knee is going to bend, and you're going to pull that leg all the way through, dropping the foot between the hands. Then you're going to let that left knee release by lifting up through that left side and coming over the knee. Toes are going to stay down, and we're going to move into 3 to 5 repetitions of this movement pattern. Likely you're going to feel this more in the shins than anywhere else, and a little bit of quadricep, which is the muscle group up here. Then you're going to allow the toes to start to lift up towards the ceiling. That's going to get deeper into the hamstrings, which is the back part of the muscle group. Remember, the front part, quadricep, has 4 muscles to it. Hamstrings have 3. After you finish 3 to 5 repetitions, you're going to bring the blocks on the inside of the foot. You're going to roll to the outer blade of the foot, allowing the psoas to release here, hip to release. And on this side, you're getting a nice deep IT band stretch. That's that area that gets nice and tight when you do a lot of cardiovascular activity, something that we often forget about until it starts to hurt. Then you're going to bring the heel in, toes out, drop down into the hips. Maybe you start to move into a turn and a twist to get deeper into, once again, the psoas muscle, and possibly moving into a shoulder stretch. You want to hold each of these movement patterns for about 3 to 5 breaths. And you're going to release by pushing the foot up, straightening out through the foot, walking it back towards the midline, and then coming back into tabletop position. You're going to move to the other side by bringing that right knee in. Left foot is going to flex all the way back, once again dropping down through the hips, bend the knee, pull the knee in towards the chest, drop the foot down between the hands, lift up through that opposite side knee to roll on top of the knee over it to make sure that it's nice and stable. Toes are going to stay down. You're going to move back and forth, likely feeling the stretch, shins, possibly back into the hamstring, maybe into the quadricep muscles, which help to propel us forward. 3 to 5 repetitions, and then start to lift up through the toes. You want to make sure that you keep that spine nice and straight. Flexing just underneath the toes to make sure you're getting a really good stretch. And then bending through the knee, allowing hands to come on the inside of the foot. You're going to roll to the outer blade of the foot, allowing the psoas to release on the right side, going deep into the IT band. And then bringing the heel in, toes out, dropping deeper into the hip. And if that's okay with your hip, and you start to need a little bit more stretch, maybe you press into the inner thigh, or maybe you move into a shoulder opener by lengthening the arm up towards the ceiling. And then release the hand down. Walk the blocks back around the foot. Come back to neutral spine. Now we've taken care of those major muscles in the lower body.